Kendra G's gathering in Philadelphia was empty. And I believe I walked past, it was like, and the crazy thing is I was with my man. I was on a date. That's the crazy thing about it. When did I walk past? It was like in the middle. Oh, I'm walking through the Kendra G Singles Live Philly, and nobody is there, y'all. Hold on, look. Going closer to the end, right? So I walked past, and it was like a big old Kendra sign out there, and I wanted to meet Kendra. Like, that's what I went for. I wanted to meet Kendra, and he's like, he didn't really know who Kendra was, but I was telling him who Kendra was, and I was like, I want to meet Kendra. So I go down there and I walk in. I didn't record when I was walking there, but I did record me walking past and leaving. And the girl at the front desk was like, Kendra is not here. Kendra didn't show up. I said, okay, well, this is it? She was like, this is it. Like, this is, and I said, well, did a lot of people leave? And she said, no, like, because I thought I got there on the tail end of the party. And she was like, no, it wasn't a lot of, but what the part that got me is she said, only 2 men walked in.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wrap. This been a waste of time. I like Kendra G and all, but a lot of women on her show don't exactly inspire confidence.
Outside, right? One of the men pulled up in a black Bentley truck, like while I was at the desk, because he was looking for parking. So another man pulls up in a Bentley truck and walks to the front, and everybody got up out their seats, looking up, looking at the door. Everybody. He walked in, he looked around, he walked up and talked to the DJ. Eyes, all the women eyes was on him. He was that he was a tall just. So I'm thinking in my head, this is Kendra's show in real life. All of the women are looking for this small selection of men. The 6 foot, that was the 6 foot, 6-figured man they all were looking for.
I just think a lot of guys start taking to heart what many women have been saying for a while. They don't need men, and they're constantly complaining about what men bring to the table. A lot of guys have just decided to go their own way until they find a woman worth dealing with. You did it to yourselves.
I'm about to go speed dating on a random Tuesday, and I literally have zero idea what to expect. I've been giving too much eat, pray, love and not enough chaos, so we're gonna remedy that. On an empty stomach. So the speed dating. First of all, the collection of people, it was bizarre. We literally looked like we'd all met at a bus stop. It was not a selection that particularly enticed me personally. I'd say highlights included the 40-year-old delivery driver who had about 3 teeth, who tried to hold my hand.
And then she will make another video complaining that men are not attending single event. Maybe she was expecting Brad Pitt to be there.
The 33-year-old bouncer who sat like this, like cross-armed the whole time, and said maybe 3 words the whole interaction we had. And then the newly trained massage therapist who kept offering to come to my house and bring his massage chair so he could give me a massage. Perfect. Conceptually, I definitely would do speed dating again, but I'm not sure if that exact event would cater to the type of men that I like.
So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a fishing for love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies.
Yeah, see, many guys consider this a waste of time because the formula and the delusion doesn't change. The average guys are still getting passed over while all these women go for the same guys. They're still looking at the door looking for that perfect guy to walk in, even if these singles events. And that's what kind of got them there, right? It's because they don't really know how to pick men. The bottom line is a guy doesn't want to pay just to get rejected because they're not tall enough, right? Or if there's an awkward moment or two trying to get to know the woman, she's picking him apart. And guess what? The guy they're looking for would never go to these types of events. So it's really faulty from the beginning.
Celebration breaks out in Western cities as women celebrate the world without men. Bras are thrown to the sky in liberation, hair is let down, but it doesn't last long. Within about half a day, the power grid fails from lack of proper operation. 94% of operators are men. Thermal plants shut down without being fueled, causing cascading blackouts as protection devices disconnect sections of the network. By night, there's no electricity unless you have your own generator. Day 2. Come next dawn, everyone has realized that no one will be supplying shops. 84% of truck drivers are men. Panic looting begins. With next to no law enforcement, 83% of police officers are men, there isn't even an attempt to impose order. And much violence takes place at this stage as women fight over vital goods. By that night, backup systems have failed and all utilities shut down completely. No water, no electricity, no gas, no telecommunications. Women will resort to lighting candles and building makeshift open pit fires for heating and cooking, leading inevitably to building blazes, which in the absence of almost all firefighters, 89% of which are men, they spread much further than they otherwise would. Yes, all men in the world disappear. A certain sense of celebration breaks out in Western cities as women celebrate the world without men. Bras are thrown to the sky in liberation.
3 signs that your ex is starting to regret breaking up with you. Pay attention to this because regret is what always comes before your ex apologizing and trying to get back in a relationship with you. Sign number 1 is that they start to find excuses to contact you. If your ex has started to watch your stories and they're reaching out to you consistently every day or every other day, it shows that they're missing you and they're starting to regret leaving you. That's a good sign. Stay the course. Sign number 2 is that they start to ask if you're dating anyone else or if you've moved on. And if you say anything about dating anyone else, they start to get upset. This is a good sign. They regret their decision. Sign number 3 is that they ask to see you. Now, not randomly popping up at your house, but they make intentions to take you on a date. 3 signs that your ex is starting to regret.
I mean, yeah, man, like if they attempted to leave, they only came back because they couldn't find nothing else. Right? So I don't know if I could really trust it all the way. How would y'all respond to an ex trying to work their way back? I mean, I guess it depends on the situation, of course, but when they left you and now they trying to crawl their way back, what y'all doing in that situation? Let me know in the comments.
50 on bills, but you also want me to work a job, sex you, cook, clean. That ain't 50-50, baby. That's 80 and you doing 20.
But if a man is willing to put his life on the line and you're talking about 80-20, what percentage do you give him for be willing to die for you? If somebody was to run in this house right now and me and you are together, I'm willing to put my life, they're going to have to get me before they get you. Mm-hmm. So what percentage are you giving me for being willing to die for you, ma'am?
I'm giving you 20.
20% of the food stamps, 20% of the Section 8 voucher, 20% of the public health care, 20% of the WIC, of the little apple juice, 20% of the government cheese. That's what I see in this woman too. 20% of the bullshit. This man is willing to die for you, ma'am. I'm going to need a little more than 20%. I'm willing to put my life on the line. My life is worth more than 20%. Her credit score needs a 20% increase. You're giving a man 20% for him to put his life on the line for you.
That's right.
Let's read some super chats.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, she really said 80-20. And this is how much these types of women value men. They don't. Then they try to put things that they want to do all on your plate. Like you the only one getting something out of it. Right? She talking about sexing you. Like that's not one of the 6s that they looking for. Huh? They want that too. Don't get it twisted. The selfishness though, right? The selfishness is just completely unattractive.